battle, friend.
So 17 new minions were added. We're not going to talk about each and every one of them because some of them are basic.
Oh,
Sorry. But I do want to just start things right off with one of the pirates you were very much alluding to when you were talking about the virtues of patches, even if you aren't going for a pirate comp, which is Deck Squabble. It's a tier 1 minion. It's a 2/2. It's got a battle cry that reduces the cost of upgrading Bob's Tavern by 1 and has the pirate tribe like stamped on.
Yes.
So upside of Pirate's Energy, major upside of throwing a monkey wrench in everyone's understanding of the economy of Battlegrounds because it's reducing Bob's Tavern upgrade cost by freaking 1. I am one of those people, Jocelyn, and tell me if you are one of these people. I look for any, and I do mean any excuse to not tavern up to 2 on turn 2. I love it. I don't care if I've gone 7 games deep and I haven't seen Rafam once. I know if you're Rafam, you always just skip 2. Why the hell would you even consider it? Pyramid also, another big one. But those minions, I love them. They make me feel so powerful and awesome. And part of that is just I get to get another minion. I know I'm going to win this unless I'm going against Yogg and they get super lucky on the minions they hit. But whatever the case is, I love not taverning up on 2. And now because of Deck Squabble, or Swabby. I can, a deck squabble is when I disagree with you on a boat. That's what we're going to have. We're going to have a deck squabble. There's a lot of chances that you just don't need to worry about it, right? Because this just kind of makes up for that. And then if you're finding it randomly later on in the game, or it's having to work with your draft strategy, it can really just start to put you in surprise convenience. You're just I can tavern up a tier early, or I can buy extra minions and tavern up a tier late, but not fall behind. I dig it. This is a really cool minion.
I like him a lot too. And it's kind of interesting, but I feel like he's definitely much better early game than late game, but still valid kind of at any time. And it's so interesting because it's kind of almost plays a lot like the free dealing gambler, which is the minion that sells for 3 gold. It's kind of like you spend some gold when you maybe don't necessarily have anything else to buy, but then you're going to get an economic advantage on the next turn or at some point in the future. So basically it's like you can buy the gambler and she just sits there and holds 3 gold for you, or you can buy the Swabby and then you could, tavern up, like you said, like a turn earlier or something. Like they have these little, and you've just got a body on board. So they're kind of just good if you've got nothing else to do. And obviously they're pirates. So if you're doing pirate comp things, then they're really good for if you've got some of the other buff cards that are like, once you play a pirate, do this thing, you can buy these things, play them out, get the pirate buff, sell them back, and rinse and repeat. They're really, really interesting because, like you say, they mess with the economy so much.
So this is a really cool card. Scallywag. I was going to skip it, and then I thought about it. I'm like, this card is dope. Now that I think about it, because we're about to talk about Arcane Canon. You cannot talk about Arcane Canon without talking about Scallywag. So Scallywag is another tier 1 pirate. 2 attack, 1 health with a death rattle that reads, summon a 1/1 pirate. It attacks immediately. And this is... It's exactly what it says, which means Scallywag attacks, dies, you get another attack out of that 1/1 immediately. Or maybe it's not a 1/1 because maybe you have pirate buffs, maybe you're Deathwing, whatever that case is. But this is, building on, honestly, that Illidan kind of mechanic.
That's true. It's the Illidan mechanic, except for you can put it anywhere on your board.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily always have to happen first, and if you're even, it may not happen first because your opponent may win the coin flip. But Scallywag, really interesting addition to Battlegrounds in general, even outside of pirate compositions. I have been using Scallywag to great effect. This is a new snap pick turn 1 on Deathwing, or if you found a Deathwing hero power. Looking at you, Finley, you damn doppelganger. South Sea Captain, I think it's easy enough to move past. It's a very basic buff minion. It's exactly the same card that exists in Constructed.
Yeah.
That was one I didn't really want to spend a lot of time talking about. I'd rather talk about Arcane Cannon because we just talked about, already forgetting the name, Scallywag. So Arcane Cannon, this card, if you are a fan of streams, memes, Twitter, or YouTube, you've heard about this card. It is a 2/2.
It's not even like memes, dude. It's so good.
It is exceptional. So this is a Tavern 2 minion, Arcane Cannon 2/2. No minion type. So yeah, I know it's cannon and there's a pirate firing it in the art, but it is not in itself a pirate. And this card reads, can't
Honestly,
attack.
Sorry, I was going to say, I wish they would give it the pirate tag just because when pirates are rotating alongside all the other minion types, I would like this to not be in every single one of my games, because every single one of my games has had at least one, if not 2 or 3 people with cannons. And I'm just like, the juggles. They're so salt inducing.
It's juggle time, Joss. It is juggle time. But yeah, the Arcane Cannon can attack after an adjacent minion attacks, deal 2 damage to an enemy minion. And this counts with things like Scallywag. So Scallywag attacks. If next to Arcane Cannon, 2 damage fires off. Scallywag dies, the 1/1 spawns, immediately attacks. That counts as an attack for the Arcane Cannon, so it does 1 damage or more if it's getting buffed somewhere, and then Arcane Cannon does another volley. And so basically, the strategy is to put the second from the left. So your first attacking minion triggers the cannon, and then now we've started, there's like a new strategy of like lower health to the left, so it dies, and then the next minion gets in line next to the cannon, because it's based on if the minion attacking is adjacent to the cannon. And like, oh my God, Death Rattle comps just got so much more interesting. Like, I get stoked. I have never been more stoked to draft a Harvest Golem in the entire existence of Battlegrounds because of Arcane Cannon.
And one thing I do want to point out, because I made this mistake, is it does not work with Imp Gang Boss. So the order of operations is if you have your Imp Gang Boss and then your cannon, so your Imp Gang Boss is attacking, when it attacks into something, it takes damage. That's part of, I guess, the Imp Gang Boss. So the 1/1 spawns, then the cannon checks to see if the adjacent minion has attacked, like once the Gang Boss has finished its
if it's on the left.
And then, okay. Well, and then on the left, because I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so good, because, like my Gang Boss will attack, and then it'll make a 1/1, and then the 1/1 will attack, and I'll get cannon shots, and I'll get juggles, and this is going to be great, because the cannon and the
Gang Boss?
The normal juggler guy.
Oh, Soul Juggler.
3/3. Soul Juggler, thank you. I did a comp that was both of those, just, for funsies, for me, obviously not my opponents. And so, I was trying the Gang Boss alongside the cannon, and it doesn't work, because then it says, it'll spawn the 1/1, and then it checks to see if the adjacent minion attacked, and then it's like, oh, nope, totally didn't. That 1/1's sitting here, did not attack, and moves on. So, Imp Gang Boss does not work with Arcane Cannon on the left.
All Gang Bosses to the right.
Yes, science.
Anyways, Arcane Cannon, there's a lot of hype around it for a reason. This card does absolute work. If you get a golden one, all I want you to understand is that I hate you deeply to your core. So, yeah. Monstrous Macaw. Oh, this card is rad. It's a 2 Tavern tier minion. Monstrous Macaw, 3 attack, 2 health, Beast Tribe. After this attacks, trigger a random friendly minions, Death Rattle. Well, this is only random if you have more than 1 Death Rattle, Jocelyn.
Right.
And you know what? Sometimes I've got into spawning this off, and I've got the lady I can never remember the name of that gives a Divine Shield. I don't really care which one of those this hits.
I was going to say Righteous Protector, but that's wrong. That's the 1/1 with Touch.
It already has Divine Shield. It doesn't give Divine Shield.
My brain's just not working today, Garrett. I don't know.
I tried to give you one. I tried. Actually, I legitimately cannot remember the name, and I even looked it up.
It's probably Argent something.
Probably.
Anyways. But the 2/1 with Death Rattle that gives the Divine Shield. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, this card is wild. And to me, I'm just like, oh, it's got the beast tag. This has got to work in some like sick beast comp. But usually when I'm doing a beast comp, I've got a mama bear, and I've got things that spawn other minions. And so the macaw, which I would normally want to attack early, like is kind of useless because it usually attacks with like a clogged board. So I'm not getting a lot of. I wanted to hit my Goldrin is what I wanted to hit.
Yes,
but if I'm rocking a Goldrin, I'm probably rocking other minions that have death rattles that spawn tokens, and those tokens are not particularly helpful with a macaw. So this is a nut I haven't cracked yet, but there is so much potential here. I can taste it. Mm-hmm. Which is gross because you shouldn't
hero.
eat parrots.
Thank you so much, chat room. Selfless hero.
I would like
not
to point,
Argent anything.
I'd like to point out it even took our chat room a while to pick up on that. Anyways, really freaking cool minion here. Anyways, we already talked about Free Dealing Gambler. That is at Tavern Tier 2, the 3/3 pirate that sells for 3 gold when you sell her back. Love this card. Such a cool way to go. I'm getting terrible luck. F it. I'm going to buy this and just bank 3 gold for next turn. Big fan.
Well, yeah, because you can basically just like trade her in for another minion. So if on the other turn you would only have enough to say tavern up and refresh, now you can tavern up, refresh, and buy, which is crazy. So I really like, and you've had like a minion on board for the combat round before that. So I think it's really cool, and I like the way it messes with like the economy and who has what when sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. There wasn't enough upsides to buying things and banking things for following turns just because you didn't have better things to do with your gold. This one's on the edge. Like I think it's very edge case scenario where that's the thing you should be doing rather than rolling, trying to find a triple, guarantee synergies with whatever your strategy is. But it still is there, and I really like that. I
find she's saved me from some really terrible rolls, some really bad situations. Yeah. Be like, okay, I can't buy anything right now. This is all terrible. I'm just going to take this and buy something next turn.
Yep.
And yeah, it's really helped with a boost of gold at a time you're not supposed to get a boost of gold like that. The one thing I will say, so try not to triple this if you can help it, because the triple sells for 6, but you've spent 9, so it's not as good, right? So yeah, try not to triple this.
It's not the end of the world if you're a patches and you got this.
Exactly,
you got it for a discount and you were holding on to 2 for whatever reason, and one was on board, one was in hand. If you have 2 of these on board, you're probably not winning. But whatever the case
I mean, so I was playing patches, and I had a golden one on board, and I had 2 other ones on board because I also had the dudes that were like buffing or getting bigger as I played pirates. So I just kept buying the pirates, which happened to be the gamblers. And then one turn, I had a turn of like, oh my gosh, how much? It would have been like 22 gold or something.
Lord.
Yeah. Like, because I was just hanging on to these things. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to tavern up, and I'm going to refresh, and I'm going to sell, and I'm going to buy, and I'm going to sell, and I'm going to buy. And it's great.
Yohoger, I don't really have much to talk about this 2/8 with taunt that attacks after it survives being attacked. It's cool. I think this is a bit of a trap minion. I don't think this minion is very good.
I think it depends when you get him. Like if you're in your first couple of rolls of tier 3, then he's got a big booty. He's probably going to take out a couple things from your opponent. So yeah,
pirates
I think he's decent. Yeah, pirates do like booty, and you can put him next to a cannon. And even if your opponent attacks first,
I think that's a trap.
They're going to hit him with a taunt.
I think it's a trap. Because he doesn't die. Salty Looter, you've already really talked about this. It's a 3/3 pirate at Tavern Tier 3.
It's pretty straightforward.
Gains 1/1 whenever you play a pirate. Double this effect for the golden. I wouldn't discount this. I originally did. The more I play pirates, the more I realized they really like to cycle. So go nuts. Bloodsail Cannoneer, again, very basic tier 3 minion, 4/2 pirate, Battlecry, give your other pirates +3 attack. I don't have a lot to say there either. Salcy Strongarm, tier 4 pirate, 5/4, Battlecry, give a friendly pirate +1/+1 for each pirate you bought this turn. I think this card is absolute booty. I think this is one of the worst cards being added.
Oh, I was like, but Garrett, booty's good.
No, booty means bad. It's butt. This card is butt.
We have different opinions on butts.
We don't. It's just booty is saying something is booty is a phrase.
Okay.
Thanks for outing me. Which is a shame because I think this is the best art in this this new set.
Oh yeah,
love
she's
the art on this
totally
card.
that like Rosie the Riveter pose. I love it. She's so cool.
Rosie the Riveter, if she was a UFC fighter that could tear the skin off of your face.
But yeah, she I've had decent luck with her, but I kind of I think she could be a Tavern 3 minion.
I agree. There'd be some potential insanity with things like Millhouse, like you mentioned, especially if you get a really lucky and you're cycling a lot of gamblers. But it feels so edge case to me.
She seems very she just seems too like too not high costed, because obviously all the cost of the minions is the same, but like she happens a little bit too late. I think pirates would be a lot better off if she was a tier 3.
Gold Grubber. This one's interesting because Gold Grubber is a pirate. It's a 2/2 pirate at the tier 4 level. But it doesn't really give a crap about pirates. At the end of your turn, gain +2/+2 for each friendly golden minion. This is just cool to see buffs based on goldens in the game as a mechanic. I've seen some.
And this thing gets out of control.
Yeah. By the way, this with Hook Tusk, because everyone else has moved on from Tavern Tier 1s or whatever, and you're just mining like low tier goldens on Hook Tusk. Like things can get weird with Gold Grubber.
He's got a mustache that says things could get weird.
Yeah, Gold Grubber, creepy. Listen, kobolds, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, kobolds. Good call. But yeah, I think I've seen this thing just grow to disgusting heights.
Yeah. But let's move right along to Rip Snarl Captain, a pirate making some serious waves this week. It's a 3/4. Tier 4, Jocelyn is shaking her head for the audio audience. Tier 4 pirate here, 3 attack, 4 health, Rip Snarl Captain. Whenever another friendly pirate attacks, give it +2/+2. Again, this is so cool. Scallywag. Scallywag attacks, gets +2/+2, dies, spawns the 1/1. The 1/1 attacks immediately, gets +2/+2. You've got it next to a cannon, so you're doing 2 damage shots everywhere. Maybe it's a golden cannon because you're a right bastard. It's doing even more. Rip Snarl Captain is rad. I got a golden one today, and this is the closest I have been to believing in the pirate dream, is with a golden Rip Snarl Captain. This card is nuts.
Yeah, the pirate dream is real the further you get on, I think. Because Rip Snarl is so good.
Yeah. I it's just very good. Damn it, Hearthstone in your drop-down menu. It's just a good card. It's just a good freaking card. Seabreaker Goliath. This is the first Tavern Tier 5 pirate with 6 attack, 7 health, Wind Fury, Overkill. Give your other pirates +2/+2. I think a little too weird. I think this card's. I think Tier 5 for pirates is a little overrated.
This with a cannon, and especially since it seems like everyone thinks this one is terrible, I've been able to get this with golden, which then makes it have Mega Wind Fury, and next to a cannon, you're just like, bam, 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 and all your pirates are getting huge. Like
the sleeper golden is a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Well, because then he also, because it doubles the stats, right? So then he's got 14 health. He's probably going to live. He's got 12 attack, and then he's like buffing your whole board if, again, you're going full pirates, minus your cannon. So he's just, and especially if you've then got him alongside something like a Rip Snarl Captain, then every time he attacks, which Mega Wind Fury is going to be 4 times, he's getting buffed 2/+2 every single attack. It's insanity.
Okay, you sold me. You straight up sold me. I'm not even going to fight you on this one. I
really think he's a sleeper. I think he's a sleeper if you can get that cannon.
Here's a card I thought was going to be busted, and I think the range on the randomness is just too much. I don't care how sexy they made Nat Pagle look. Nat Pagle, Extreme Angler, Tier 5 Pirate, 8 attack, 5 health, Overkill, summon a 0/2 treasure chest. You might be asking yourself, what does a treasure chest do? It spawns a random golden minion when it dies on Death Rattle.
Which then it interacts with things like Baron. It does interact with the Macaw. Like there are synergies to be had with this, but getting an overkill with him at the time in the game when he shows up is very, very difficult, because 8 attack, like you have to have him kind of at the end of a comp that also includes all the other, buff your pirates when they attack type cards. So the Rip Snarl Captain, the Dread Admiral that we're going to talk about in a second, like he needs a lot of help.
Yeah. And then he gives you a treasure chest, and then, that treasure chest might be a golden gas coiler, and that's insane, but also it might be a golden Wrathweaver or a golden Righteous Protector. And you're just like, what the hell are you doing, Nat Pagel?
Yeah.
But I have to give them... Listen, I don't think Nat Pagel is a particularly good card, but I think it is a particularly awesome design card, because Nat Pagel is sometimes good in Constructed, and Nat Pagel is sometimes good in Battlegrounds. So way to keep with the theme.
All your Pagel fantasies.
Including, if you have sexy Pagel fantasies, here you are. Pagel has never looked better.
That was the joke, Garrett.
I was just rolling with it, Joss. I was just rolling. All right. Captain Hogar, 5-tier pirate, 6 attack, 6 health. After you buy a pirate, gain 1 gold this turn only. Nah, yeah.
Thank you. But I'm sure that there's probably someone out there that's like, no, this breaks the game's economy. And here's this, like, it gives me Dancing Daryl vibes. Yeah,
if you're Daryl or Millhouse, I think this card's cool. If you're anyone else, I don't like this card at all. I think Captain Hogar is... What is it, Joss?
Is it Hogar or is it Hogar?
Oh, damn. You definitely got it right. You 100% got it right. I was thinking of the Yo Hogar from earlier. That's what's still in my brain. I yield the floor. Jocelyn clearly speaks better pirate than I do. I love that you will do this, but Undertaker is a bridge too far for you.
No, it's wrong. All
right,
I will yar all day, Garrett.
Let's talk about Dread Admiral Eliza, the first of a 6-tier new minion coming in with this patch. It's a 6-tier pirate, 6 attack, 7 health. When a friendly pirate attacks, give all friendly minions, not pirate specific, +1/+1. But there's definitely a lot more top end if you've got a lot of pirates.
Exactly, yeah. And this one is really cool with like death rattle stuff that summons more stuff, like the Tide Raiser. If you can get her alongside a Tide Raiser, it's just gross. These, like, all of these late game pirate minions work really well together, and you start with, when you get into combat, not the most impressive looking board, but then all of a sudden, as all of your minions are attacking, they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every time, and you're just like, wow, okay, all of a sudden my minions are all huge, and Murlocs aren't in this match, so no one can get around them because there's no poison.
Yeah, Dread Admiral is definitely a good top end. This is what makes late game pirates possible. And you mentioned the Tide Raiser, so let's just talk about that in tandem. It's the other 6-tier minion here. Not a pirate, the Tide Raiser, not a pirate, but pirate synergy.
But it's full of pirates.
It is full of... It's a boat that's full of pirates. It's got 6 attack, 4 health, death rattle, summon 3 random pirates. That could be another Dread Admiral Eliza.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's terrible, but it's always awesome.
Sometimes it's both, because there's 3 pirates. Some are going to be great, some are going to be, booty. But yeah, these are some really fantastic tier 6 cards. Mm-hmm. And Tide Raiser, I've taken it in quite a few games now where I've had no interest in pirates whatsoever. It was just up against, not as interesting tier 6 minions. I think it's a good pick. Obviously, Eliza, significantly more pirate focused. But as you mentioned, Joss, maybe you have a Tide Raiser.